South Carolina Weather Watchers. I am your host, Joseph Peterson, for South Carolina weather, and we are going to get started on your weather for your Thursday evening going into your future. So, looking at the radar right now, no precipitation falling inside the entire state of South Carolina. We did get some pop-up showers, honestly. Like I said this morning, there was a chance that we get pop-up showers inside the low country of South Carolina today. And what do you know? We got some. Even though it wasn't forecasted, I said it was still possible that we could potentially get some, and we ended up actually getting some. So it's really near the coast, so it wasn't really too far inland, though. But here is our current conditions inside the entire United States. We do have some rain up here inside of Maine and Canada. We have a huge, almost like a system moving through the entire Midwest, the Great Lakes region, and inside the north central United States as well. Inside of Idaho, Montana, and the Pacific Northwest, we do have rain up there. Even inside of the Rockies, up down inside of Mexico, Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona, and some severe weather going through Oklahoma, southern Kansas, southern Missouri, and southern Illinois as well. Western Kentucky is also in there, as well as northern Missouri and southern Iowa is also receiving some rain. Florida's getting some rain, and also New Orleans is also getting some rain as well. Baton Rouge, New Orleans region. In terms of cloud cover right now is showing pretty much nothing. Nothing really show on terms in terms of cloud cover for the entire state of South Carolina. So that's pretty much it in terms of cloud cover. In terms of cloud cover for the future, as we push this forward, cloud cover is going to really be nice tonight. No cloud cover is expected. It's going to be a great night tonight. And then as you go into tomorrow morning, again, looks like it could probably be clear as you go into tomorrow afternoon. Again, maybe a couple of clouds over like the Midlands, the far upstate, but that's pretty much all in terms of cloud cover. So some areas won't see clouds for a while, even as we move into tomorrow afternoon. In terms of current temperature, 77 in Columbia, 77 in Charleston, 79 in Beaufort, 75 in Georgetown, 77 in Myrtle Beach, Florence, Sumter, as well as 77 in Rock Hill, 80 in Greenville, 80 in Anderson as well. In terms of low temperatures, 69 in Columbia, 77 inside of Charleston, 72 in Hilton Head, 69 in Myrtle Beach, and Moncks Corner as well. 67 inside of Georgetown, 68 inside of Barnwell, 69 in Aiken, 70 inside of Anderson, Greenville, 69 Spartanburg, 68 Rock Hill, places like that. Here's our forecast precipitation for the next 24 hours or so. Around a hundredth of an inch to a tenth of an inch possible in Greenwood, Lawrence, Rock Hill. Tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch possible in Anderson, Greenville, and Spartanburg. So some rain possible up there. Maybe even an isolated inch possible near the South Carolina, North Carolina border. It's possible. It's possible. Here is our SPC outlook for the next couple of days. Nothing for days 4 through 5. No, 4 through 8. But no thunderstorm activity is expected for tonight. Nothing for tomorrow except for maybe just some thunderstorms inside the upstate of South Carolina. Day 3 and day 4, in my opinion, are the days that we're probably going to have to watch for definitely some wind gusts, definitely some gusty winds going into your Saturday and your Sunday. We already have a marginal risk up for portions of pretty much the Midlands, the northern Midlands of South Carolina, and the upstate of South Carolina is inside of a marginal risk of severe weather. Pretty much just a damaging wind threat. Not really too much of anything else. But also, day 4, they don't have it up right now, but I do think, in my opinion, that a day 4 or a day 3 marginal risk for tomorrow could be somewhere from the coast, like low country, PD region, and then the bottom half of the Midlands will probably be in a marginal risk of severe weather for Sunday. Obviously, it's day 4, so we're a bit too far out. But once we get to around day 3, which is tomorrow evening, we'll see what the SPC thinks as well. Also, this could also be upgraded to a slight risk of severe weather. I would not be surprised one bit if that happened either. Here is our day one excessive rainfall. Nothing for today. Tomorrow, Friday, we do have a little threat for some minor flooding for pretty much the South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia border. Day 3, Saturday, a minor risk of flooding for the very far upstate Greenville, Anderson, regions like that. Nothing for Sunday and nothing for Monday. So we're getting after that. Let's go and talk about the short-term models. So here's the 18Z right here. And as we move through, again, not really too much in terms of rain. Honestly, I was just talking about that earlier, not really much. There goes these showers and storms that we're going to have to watch for some isolated gusty winds in them. But as you move even to 8 o'clock p.m. tomorrow, you can start to see showers and thunderstorms move through the Greenville-Spartanburg region around 9 o'clock p.m. And they will push through. And then it gets to the early morning hours, obviously. The early morning hours, not really much happens. But then after that, and this only goes out to 2 o'clock p.m. So honestly, we're a bit too far out. But I would not be surprised if I start to see some showers and thunderstorms pop up inside of the Low Country PD and Southern Midland regions of South Carolina going into the 17th of Saturday as well. And honestly, Saturday is the day that we can start to see some more showers and thunderstorms move through the upstate even. So honestly, we still have a lot of figuring out to do. We'll have a better understanding tomorrow evening, though, of what's exactly going to go on. But it's going to be a very low threat right now. Also, here is Hurricane Ernesto. Let's talk about that now. Hurricane Ernesto right now is a 90-mile-per-hour storm. Ernesto is expected to approach Bermuda late Friday and near the island Saturday and Saturday night. A prolonged period of strong winds and storm surges is expected on Bermuda beginning late Friday, and a hurricane warning is in effect for the island. Rainfall associated with Ernesto is expected to begin to affect Bermuda this evening and may result in flash flooding Friday through this weekend. Even though Ernesto is forecast to remain well offshore the U.S. East Coast, swells generated by the storm are expected to reach the area during the next few days, including over the weekend. Beachgoers should be aware of a significant risk of life-threatening surf and rip currents and stay out the water if advised by lifeguards. We talked about that a lot already. But obviously, we do have that threat for some life-threatening rip currents and surf conditions as we move through the rest of this week and this weekend as well. Also, let's check out just the models for the future. Let's see what's going on in terms of that. Yeah, here it is right here. Push this over here. As we push this forward, you can start to see that high pressure is still taking over us. Even as we get into tomorrow, as we get into the next day, here's the 17th, and then the 18th right here, where you potentially have some more weather possible going, or some more severe weather possible. Isolated severe weather, strong storms going through. Here's what it could look like around the 19th, and then go through the weekend. The weekend will honestly be not bad at all. Weekend might bring some showers and thunderstorms to like the low country regions, but other than that, that's pretty much it in terms of. Well, it's actually the 17th and the 18th, so I'm looking at the wrong day. But the 17th and 18th, like I said, moving into next week is what I meant to say. Moving into next week, at the beginning of next week, showers, thunderstorm possible for the low country of South Carolina, and maybe even on the 23rd, which is next week Friday. We might get a bit of rain, a bit of some heavy rain as we move into Friday, and even next weekend as well. We can start to see some more cooler conditions. And then we do have a little low pressure down here that's going to try and form off the coast of Louisiana around August 30th, if it does come to fruition, and probably dump a lot of rain into portions of Florida, Alabama, and Mississippi as well on August the 31st. So again, this is all just hypothetical, especially since it's 300 hours out. So this is definitely way, way too far to talk about. But honestly, we've been seeing a signal inside of the Gulf of Mexico for a while now. So honestly, I would not be surprised if we start to see an area of interest put out sometime later this month. I'm not quite sure when it would be, but right now, I would not be surprised if we got one later this month. But that's pretty much that in terms of the future. And I think that's time that we. Well, actually, no. We got to talk about the drought monitor. And honestly, I'm not. I'm not too surprised, but I'm also kind of surprised. We have no more drought inside of South Carolina since last week. I mean, if you just remember 2 weeks ago, we had D3s. A D4 was about to form, but then Tropical Storm Debbie came in and just knocked that out the park. It just completely got rid of our drought conditions. No more drought for South Carolina. We still do have some abnormally dry areas for places like Pickens County, Oconee, Anderson, Eastern Abbeville County, the entire county of Greenwood, pretty much most of Newbury, up here towards Lawrence County, Union County, Southern Spartanburg County, Eastern Sumter County, Northern Clarendon County, Northern Williamsburg County, Florence, Central Marion, and Northwestern Horry County as well. It's still under an abnormally dry area. But pretty much in terms of just droughts, not really, there's no more drought at all, is pretty much what I'm trying to say. So now is the time that we can start talking with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Let's see what the audience has to say for today. So, Ms. Towers says, good evening. I'm happy to see some high 60s at night. I'm hoping for lower humidity. Definitely as we move into like the fall regions, obviously the humidity would drop because we're going to a bit of a cooler season. It's coming. When that's gonna happen? Honestly, I think some models were pointing that we could potentially see a cold front, our first ever cold front next week. Some models were saying next week. Some were saying the week after that. So honestly, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens and just see when the first cold front of the season will move through. My cousin Cheryl says, good evening, weatherman. Hope your day was good. Be blessed. Your cousin Cheryl. Thank you so much for your comment. My cousin Thad says, hey, cousin, how was your first day of school yesterday? It was boring. We didn't really do anything. First couple of days of school, you don't do anything too much. So it's not really much in terms of work or anything like that. Where is the wind coming from? Which wind are you talking? Are you talking about like from Hurricane Ernesto? Or are you talking about just like gusty winds just from the strong storms that might move through this weekend? And then my Aunt Lula says, good evening, nephew. Good evening to you as well. This weekend, pretty much just storms that move through the air. Some strong storms that move through could produce gusty winds 40 to 60 miles per hour is possible. So that's pretty much what we're going to have to watch for as we move into this weekend for Saturday and Sunday as well. But that's pretty much it in terms of the chat. Hopefully that answered your question. I hope that did. But now, let's go on, and because I think that's about it for South Carolina, let's go on and let's talk about San Antonio and Raleigh, and then we'll be out of here for today. In terms of rain for San Antonio, not much, nothing really at all for San Antonio in terms of rain. Still rain free. I wonder what the drought monitor looks like over there, though. I know it's definitely got to be at least an abnormally dry, because just you guys, I don't think have had any rain. I don't know when the last time. I don't know when the last time y'all got rain, but in terms of what I've been seeing, especially with no rain expected over the next 48 hours, even now, I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna have to check up on that. Tonight, though, low temperatures will be to around 73 in San Antonio. High temperatures tomorrow could get up to 100 degrees. Low temperatures tomorrow around 73, and then high temperatures could get close to that 100 degree mark again going into your Saturday. Moving over here to Raleigh, North Carolina. Move all the way up here. In terms of low temperatures tonight around 65, high temperatures tomorrow around 84, low temperatures tomorrow night at around 69, 70-ish, and then around on Saturday it will be around 85-ish, maybe the mid-80s, mid to low 80s-ish. So that's pretty much everything in terms of temperatures. In terms of precipitation for Raleigh, probably not much if I was to guess. Yeah, not really much. I mean, the potential for some thunderstorms to diminish just to your west might just not reach you, but showers and some downpours are possible going into Saturday early morning, like around 5, 6, 7 o'clock. So you're going to have to watch out for those on early Saturday morning. Let's talk about severe weather for both of y'all. So here is the excessive rainfall map. Nothing for today, nothing for tomorrow, nothing for Saturday, nothing for Sunday or Monday. So you're getting in terms of those days. In terms of severe weather, next 1 to 8 days, Raleigh might have a threat for some severe weather going into. Yeah, I think Raleigh does have a marginal risk for some isolated 40, 60 mile per hour winds. Again, just a gusty wind event, same thing that South Carolina is getting. You have the threat of getting on Saturday. So I just saw another comment as well. Let's read that. Will more rain put us back in a flooding situation? It determines on how flooded you are. If you still have like ponds on your street, in your backyard, anything like that, yes, it has the potential to put it, especially of how hard the rain is falling. Like if it's drizzling outside, that's not really going to do anything. But if it's a hard downpouring storm, then yes, you do have that potential to see another flooding situation if you're already flooded already. So if you're not in a flooded area, probably not. But if you are inside of a flooded area, yes, you might have to watch out. You might just have to watch out for the potential for some flooding, maybe. But that's all. I don't see any other comments. Let's refresh real quick. I'm not seeing anything at all. Here's the last look at our radar. We're at 195. Yes, 195 subscribers. We need 5 more. We are 2 weeks and 2 days left until we get to August the 31st, which is the last day to reach our goal of 200. We're at 195 right now. We need 5 more people. That's it. Just 5 more people until we get to our goal of 200. So make sure you guys share. Make sure if you have not hit the like button already, make sure that you do that. And make sure that you also hit the like, share, all the stuff like that. And I will be back. I'll be back tomorrow morning with your Friday forecast update. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Thursday.